Ever wondered how to make fruit liqueurs at home? The world of homemade fruit liqueurs is as diverse as it is delightful. These vibrant infusions can add a unique twist to your cocktails, desserts, or even savory dishes. The process is straightforward. Choose your fruit, sweeten it with sugar, add your spirits, and let the magic of infusion happen. Whether you're a fan of tart cherries or sweet peaches, there's a liqueur waiting to be created. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to make your own fruit liqueur right at home. Before we start, gather all the necessary ingredients and equipment. The heart of any fruit liqueur lies in its fruit. You can use any fruit of your choice, be it berries, citrus fruits, or even tropical fruits. The key is to ensure they are ripe, fresh, and thoroughly washed. Next, you'll need sugar. Regular granulated sugar works perfectly for this. The third ingredient is spirits. Vodka and brandy are commonly used because of their neutral flavor. They act as a blank canvas, allowing the fruit flavors to shine through. Now, let's talk about the equipment. You'll need a large glass jar to let the fruit, sugar, and spirits mingle together. A fine mesh strainer comes in handy to separate the fruit from the liqueur. And finally, you'll need bottles for storing your homemade liqueur. With these ingredients and equipment ready, you are set to start making your own fruit liqueur. Now let's dive into the process of making fruit liqueur. First off, you'll want to start with fresh, ripe fruit. The type of fruit you choose is entirely up to you, but some popular options include cherries, raspberries, or peaches. Once you've chosen your fruit, you'll need to clean it thoroughly. This is crucial, as any dirt or bacteria on the fruit could potentially spoil your liqueur. After cleaning, prepare your fruit by removing any pits, stems, or seeds, and cutting it into small pieces. Next, you'll want to add your fruit to a clean, sterilized jar. Add sugar to the jar as well. The amount of sugar you use will depend on the sweetness of your fruit and your personal taste, but a good rule of thumb is to use about 1 cup of sugar for every 2 cups of fruit. Once your fruit and sugar are in the jar, it's time to add your spirits. High-proof spirits such as vodka or rum work best, as they will extract the most flavor from the fruit. Pour the spirits over the fruit and sugar, making sure that they are completely submerged. Now comes the hardest part, waiting. Seal your jar tightly and let it sit in a cool, dark place for several weeks. During this time, the spirits will infuse with the flavors of the fruit and sugar, creating a delicious, fruity liqueur. You'll want to shake the jar once a day for the first week to make sure the sugar dissolves completely and all the flavors meld together. After your liqueur has infused for several weeks, it's time to strain the mixture. Use a fine mesh strainer to remove the fruit pieces, then strain it again through a coffee filter or cheesecloth to remove any remaining sediment. Finally, bottle your liqueur. You can use the same jar you used for infusing, or if you're feeling fancy, you can use a decorative bottle. Make sure to seal it tightly and store it in a cool, dark place. After waiting for the flavors to meld together, you'll have a delicious homemade fruit liqueur. Making fruit liqueur is simple, but there are a few tips and tricks that can help you achieve the best results. One of the secrets to a great fruit liqueur is using ripe, in-season fruit. The fresher the fruit, the more intense the flavor. Don't be afraid to adjust the sugar to your taste. Remember, the sweetness of your liqueur will largely depend on the fruit's natural sugar content, so be flexible with your recipe. Another tip is to give your jar a good shake every few days during the infusion process. This will help distribute the flavors evenly and ensure a well-balanced liqueur. Don't rush the process. Patience is key. Allow the fruit to infuse for at least a month to extract maximum flavor. And finally, strain the mixture well to achieve a clear, smooth liqueur. By following these tips, you can make a fruit liqueur that's perfectly suited to your taste. So, making fruit liqueur at home is quite straightforward and rewarding. Remember, the essentials are your chosen fruit, sugar, and a quality spirit. The process involves macerating the fruit in spirits, sweetening with sugar syrup, and then a patient wait for the flavors to meld. A few tips to keep in mind: use ripe, fresh fruits and be patient during the infusion period. Now that you know how to make fruit liqueur, the possibilities are endless. Enjoy your homemade fruit liqueur.